everyone, Jason with a complete tutorial on a two-car garage equipped with an electric garage door opener. First, let's take a 32 by 32 stud base plate. On the bottom left, skip 7 studs. Let's set down a 1 by 6 flat tile. Let's place another 1 by 6 flat tile in the middle, and the last 1 by 6 flat tile on the right. Now take 15 6 by 6 flat tiles. Let's start on the bottom left, right above the 1 by 6 flat tile, and place this tile down. These are a bit of a challenge to press down onto the base plate. A little bit of brute force is needed. So let's just cake all these down on the plate. This is going to be the driveway and part of the foundation for the two-car garage. Now that the 6 by 6 flat tiles have been set down, let's take a 1 by 8 flat tile, place it on the bottom left in this area. Take another 1 by 8 flat tile, place it on the right. Take a 1 by 2 plate, place it on the left hand side of the 1 by 8 flat tile. Repeat the process on the right hand side of the 1 by 8 flat tile. Let's place 2 more 1 by 2 plates. One on the left and one on the right. Take 2 1 by 6 flat tiles. Let's place these 2 on the left. Let's take 4 1 by 8 flat tiles. Let's set them in the remaining area, right above the 2 1 by 6 flat tiles. Let's repeat the process on the right hand side, starting with 2 more 1 by 6 flat tiles. Followed by 4 1 by 8 flat tiles. This will give us a smooth surface for the garage and part of the driveway. Let's set down a 1 by 8 plate on the left, where it's right next to the 1 by 2 plates. Same goes for the right hand side. Just set down another 1 by 8 plate. Now let's set down 2 1 by 10 plates, one on the left and one on the right. Let's drop down 2 1 by 6 plates, one on the left and one on the right. Let's place down a 1 by 2 by 2 corner plate on the top left and another 1 by 2 by 2 corner plate on the top right. Let's place this 1 by 10 plate on the right hand side, followed by a 1 by 6 plate. Leave a 1 by 4 stud opening for a door. Let's begin the first row of bricks, starting with 2 1 by 2 profile bricks with single groove. Place one on the left and one on the right. Let's set down 2 1 by 2 bricks right behind the profile bricks. Place 2 1x3 slopes right behind the 1x2 bricks. These are going to act as stops for the garage door. Next, let's set down 2 1x8 bricks. One on the left and one on the right. Followed by 2 more 1x8 bricks. Let's set down 2 1x6 bricks on the left and right hand sides. Let's set down this 1x8 brick on the top right. Followed by a 1x10 brick. Let's set the 1x2 brick on the top left to wrap up the first row. Let's start the second row with 2 1x2 profile bricks with single groove. Place one on the left and one on the right. Let's set 2 1x1 bricks right behind the profile bricks, where they are inside the opening, like so. Let's place 2 1x6 bricks on the left hand side. Let's place 2 more 1x6 bricks on the right hand side. Let's set this 1x8 brick on the left, followed by another 1x8 brick on the right. Now let's set these 2 1x3 bricks right above the 1x8 bricks. Let's lock in both corners with 2 1x2x2 corner bricks. Place one on the left and one on the right. Let's fill in the back portion of the wall with 2 1x8 bricks. This will wrap up the second roll. Let's begin the third row, starting with 2 2x2 bricks. Place one on the left and one on the right, right above the profile bricks. Let's place a 1x1 brick on the left, right behind the 2x2 brick, followed by a 1x1 brick on the right hand side. Let's take 2 2x2 inverted slopes, place one on the left and one on the right. Those are going to be used to support the hinge mechanism for the garage door. Let's set down 2 1x10 bricks on the left hand side, followed by a 1x2 brick in the top left hand corner. On the right hand side, let's set down this 1x10 brick, followed by a 1x8 brick. In the top right, let's set down a 1x3 brick. Skip 2 studs, place a 1x8 brick. Take 2 2x2 inverted slopes, place one on the right hand side of the 1x8 brick and one on the left, followed by a 1x2 brick and a 1x3 brick to finish up the third row. Now, take two 1x2 bricks with Technic pin, place them on the inverted slopes on the top. The slopes may come out, so be very careful. Let's place a 1x2x2 corner brick on the top right, followed by a 1x1 brick. Let's set down a 1x3 brick on the left-hand side of the corner brick, followed by a 1x2 brick. Let's skip 2 studs and set down a 1x3 brick. Let's place a 1x6 brick right next to the 1x3 brick. Let's block this corner with a 1x2x2 corner brick. Let's set down a 1x6 brick. Let's skip 8 studs for a window opening. Place a 1x3 brick. Place a 1x6 brick right here, and a 1x2x2 corner brick for the bottom left. Starting back at the top right, let's skip a stud and set down a 1x3 brick, followed by a 1x6 brick. Let's skip 4 studs, set down a 1x8 brick, followed by a 1x2x2 corner brick. Finish up this corner. Now take 2 1x2 plates, place them on top of one another, set them on top of the inverted slope. Let's do the same for the right hand side. Take 2 more 1x2 plates, set them on top of the inverted slope. Now take 2 2x3 inverted slopes and a 2x4 plate. Place the 2x4 plate on top of the slopes. Let's place down a 4x4 plate right on top of the 2x4 plate. Place this assembly on the right. Now, let's begin the mechanics for the electric garage door opener. Let's start the build with a 5x7 Technic beam frame. On the bottom right, set down 1 friction pin. Skip a hole and set down another friction pin. Now on the top right, let's place another friction pin, followed by 2 more friction pins. Next, take a 1x5 Technic beam, place it on these 2 Technic pins on the left, followed by 2 more friction pins. Let's place one in the top hole and one on the bottom hole. Let's take a DC motor. Let's place the motor on the Technic pins. Next, take a 10 to 15 stud linear actuator. Let's use a 3 stud long cross shaft. Place the cross shaft in this hole. Let's take a cross block and place it on the top. Take another cross block and place it in the front. Next, take a 2 stud long cross shaft, slip it in the opening. Put the cross shaft right in the center. Next, take a Technic pin that is 1 1/2 studs long, slip it in the other slot. Now take a 1x4 half beam, place it on the bottom. Stick another 2 stud long cross shaft on the left. Next, take a 1x5 beam and a 1 1/2 stud Technic pin. Place the Technic pin in the far right hole. Set the beam on like so. Let's lock the unit together with a 1x4 half beam. Let's take a standard Technic pin with cross shaft, place it on this side of the assembly. Let's set down a 1x3 half beam, followed by a bushing. Take another Technic pin with cross shaft and a bushing, place the bushing on the Technic pin, and set it inside the half beam. Finally, take a 1x2 bearing plate. Place it on like so. Set the linear actuator on the frame. So push the cross blocks onto the friction pins. This is a bit tricky. Now take a 3 stud long cross shaft and a bushing. Place the bushing right in the center. Slip the cross shaft into the actuator. Now let's set down a 24 tooth gear right on the shaft. For the right hand side, we're going to take a 4 stud long cross shaft and a bushing. Place the bushing like so. Slip this end into the motor. Now take a 24 tooth clutch gear, slip it on the cross shaft. On the bottom right, let's place a 2x2 brick with Technic pin. On the bottom left, let's set down a 1x4 Technic brick. Place the friction pin in the center hole. Let's set the motorized actuator assembly in these slots. Before pressing the assembly down, let's make sure that our bearing plate is towards this wall. This is very critical. Press the 2 bricks down. Make sure that this is sitting on top of this support. We're good. Let's begin the construction of the garage door with an 8x8 plate. Take 8 1x8 flat tiles. Cover the entire 8x8 plate. If you choose, you can add a design to the garage door. Let's set this off to the side. Take 2 6x8 plates and take 12 1x8 flat tiles. Let's set 6 on one of the panels. These panels will be covered completely with 1x8 flat tiles. Let's take the remaining 6 and place them on the other panel. Let's flip the panels over. Place the 8x8 assembly in the middle and the 2 6x8 assemblies on the left and right hand sides. Let's set down 2 1x10 plates on the bottom. Followed by 1 1x10 plate on the top. Let's set down a 1x8 plate on the left hand side where we have a 2-stud opening. That's left open to attach the garage door opener. Let's take 2 2x2 plates with single bearing. Skip 1 stud from the left and 2 from the top. Place the 2x2 plates with bearing down like so. Let's take 2 more 2x2 plates with bearing. Place them on the right. Let's construct the left hinge with 2 friction pins that have a cross shaft and a 3x3 Technic lever. Place the cross shafts inside the slots. Now take a 3x3 Technic half beam with a quarter ellipse. Place it on top like so, where the shafts do go through. We can set this assembly on the left, inside the bearing plates. Let's make another for the right with another 3x3 Technic lever and 2 friction pins with cross shafts. Finally, a 3x3 half beam with quarter ellipse. Place this assembly on the right hand side. Now let's take 2 Technic pins that have a cross shaft. Let's place this one on the right and this one on the left. Let's take a 1x2 Technic brick and a 1x2 plate. Place the plate on top of the brick. Set it on the Technic pin. For the left hand side, let's do the same for the right. with another 1x2 Technic brick and a 1x2 plate. Now we have a nice garage door assembly. Now let's attach the garage door. Let's set the Technic bricks on top of these 1x2 plates. A little adjustment is needed to line everything up. Let's take the bearing plate and attach it to the far left of the door. Let's proceed with the fifth row, starting with two 2x2 bricks. Place one on the left-hand side of the door and one on the right-hand side of the door. Let's set down a 1x8 brick on the left. Set another 1x8 brick on that side. On the back, let's take a 1x1 brick with one knob. Place it on the right-hand side of the door. Now, place a 1x3 brick right next to the door opening, followed by a 1x2 brick. Place a 2x2 slope on top of the brick with Technic pin. Set down a 1x8 brick. To lock those joints together, another 2x2 slope. On this side, place a 1x6 brick. Take a 1x8 brick, place it right next to the 1x6 brick, followed by a 1x10 brick to finish up the fifth row. Take two 1x2 Technic bricks with one hoe, place one on the left and one on the right. Take two small Technic pins, place them inside the Technic bricks. These are going to be used to attach the outdoor lights. Let's set down a 2x4 brick on this side of the door, a 1x2 brick, followed by a 1x3 brick. Skip the 8 studs. Place a 1x6 brick, followed by a 1x2x2 corner brick to lock in this joint. Now let's place a 1x10 brick to lock in this section, followed by a 1x8 brick. Let's place this 1x10 brick right here. Let's take a 1x4 brick, place it on this side of the actuator assembly. Take another 1x4 brick, place it on the bottom. Followed by a 4x4 plate to lock everything together. Let's place three 1x4 flat tiles on the upper portion of the 4x4 plate to finish off the studs. Let's proceed with another 1x10 brick. Finally, a 2x4 brick to lock this area together. Take a 1x4x6 frame and a door that will fit inside of a 1x4x6 frame. Set the door inside the frame and add a stud for the doorknob. Now place a 1x4 plate on top of the door frame. Let's place the door in this opening. Take a 1x4x3 frame and a piece of glass that will fit inside the frame. Place it like so and set it inside the opening for the window. Let's make another. Take another 1x4x3 frame and a piece of glass. Assemble the pieces together and set it inside the opening. Let's start the last row of bricks with a 2x3 brick. Place it on this side. Next, take a 2x2 slope. Place it in this area. A 1x8 brick. A 1x10 brick to lock the windows together. And a 1x3 brick. Let's take two 1x6 bricks. Place one right above the door and one on the left side of the door. Now take a 1x4 brick with arch. Place the wire in this area and slip the arch over the wire, making sure not to pinch the wire. Let's finish up the back side with a 1x6 brick. Place a 1x4 brick on the right, a 2x2 brick right by the actuator, a 1x3 brick, a 1x4 brick, a 2x4 slope right above the support assembly, a 1x4 brick, a 2x2 slope, and a 2x3 brick to finish up the last row of bricks. Let's finish off the bricks with flat tiles, starting with two 1x2 flat tiles. Place these two on the left hand side of the door like so. Now take three 1x8 flat tiles. Place them along the left hand side of the wall. Grab four 1x6 flat tiles. Place them along the back. Set down a 1x2 flat tile on top of the 2x2 brick. Place three 1x8 flat tiles along the right wall. Finally, two 1x2 flat tiles in the remaining area. Let's assemble the lights for the garage. Start with a tap and a transparent 1x1 round brick. Place the brick on the tap. Set it on the Technic pin. Let's make another one for the right hand side. Take another tap and another transparent 1x1 round brick. Then set it on the Technic pin. Finally, let's make one more to put beside the side door. Take another tap and a 1x1 transparent round brick. Place it on the brick with knob. Let's connect the battery box to the back wall. First, let's add our power connector and place it on the middle slots. It'll snap on the Bricks with Technic pin. Now for the wiring, let's just tuck it between the motor and the actuator. If everything goes well, we should have a functioning garage door opener. Let's slide the switch to the right. You can hear the clutch gear taking on the extra torque. So you want to time this just right. Sliding the switch to the left does close the door. Really clever design. Let's construct the roof for the 2-car garage, starting with 2 4x10 plates. Let's place 2 1x8 bricks on the plates where the bricks are hanging over 2 studs. Now, take 2 more 4x10 plates. Tuck them right underneath the 1x8 bricks. Now, let's grab 2 1x6 bricks. Place them right next to the 1x8 bricks. Take 2 more 4x10 plates. Set them on the bottom of the assemblies and lock them together with 2 1x8 bricks. Take 2 3x3 double slopes, place them on the top corners where the top of the slopes are facing inward. Let's set down 6 3x4 slopes on the left assembly. These will have to be pressed down firm onto the plates. Take 6 more 3x4 slopes, place them on the right assembly. You really have to press these down onto the plates. Let's finish up the 2 bottom corners with 2 more 3x3 double slopes. Let's construct 2 more sides, starting with 2 4x6 plates and 2 1x6 bricks. Place the 1x6 bricks on one side of the 4x6 plates. Take 2 3x4 slopes, place them on one of the assemblies. where we have one stud hanging over. Take 2 more 3x4 roof slopes. Place them on the other assembly. Take 2 4x8 plates, slip them right underneath the slopes. Take 2 more 4x8 plates, slip them on the other side underneath the slopes. Now, take 2 1x8 bricks, skip 1 stud, place them on the end of the 4x8 plates. The same goes for the other side. 2 more 1x8 bricks. Place them on the ends. Let's place 4 3x4 slopes in the remaining areas on the left assembly. Remember to press down firm on the slopes so they will lock into the plates. Let's place 4 more slopes on the right assembly. Let's lock the 4 corners together. Let's lock in the top left and the bottom left. Same goes for the top and bottom right. Let's construct the trusses for the roof, starting with a 1x10 brick and a 1x8 brick. Place the 1x8 brick on top of the 1x10 brick where there are 2 studs hanging over. Place another 1x10 brick right underneath the 1x8 brick. Let's set down a 1x4 brick right next to the 1x8 brick. Place another 1x8 brick right on top of the previous 1x4 and 1x8 bricks. Finally, set down a 2x4 brick right in the center. Let's lay the assembly on its side. Take 2 1x3 inverted slopes. Place them on the ends, on the bottom. Now we have 1 truss assembly. Let's make another assembly. It is the same as the first. So take another 1x10 brick and another 1x8 brick. Place the 1x10 underneath the 1x8 and proceed like the first. Let's grab 2 more 1x3 inverted slopes and place them on the bottom on the ends. Let's set the trusses in the 1x1 openings. They should just fall in place. Note how the 2x4 brick is facing outward. Take 2 2x3 slopes, place 1 on the top left and 1 on the top right. Take 6 3x4 slopes, Place them on the left-hand side. You do have to press these down firm as well. These slopes will lock the trusses in place. Take 6 more 3x4 slopes, place them on the right-hand side. It's starting to look more like a roof. Now, grab 5 3x4 slopes, place them on the top where they are facing that way. Take 5 more 3x4 slopes, place them on the bottom. Let's build the end supports of the roof, starting with a 1x10 brick. Skip 4 studs from the left, place it on top of the slopes. Let's take another 1x10 brick and place it on the top. Now, let's finish up the other side with a couple of 1x4 bricks. Take 2 1x4 bricks, skip 2 studs, set this one down on the right, place this one on the left. The same for the top end. So take 2 more 1x4 bricks and place them as shown. Take a 1x2 by 2/3 frame with arch and a piece of lattice that fits inside the frame. Set it inside like so. Place it in the opening. Let's make another for the top with another 1x2 by 2/3 frame and a piece of lattice. Let's wrap around the top of the lattice with 2 1x4 by 2 bricks with arch. Take 2 1x1 bricks, place them on both sides of the window, followed by 2 more 1x1 bricks for the other window. Let's add some cross supports for our trusses. Take 3 1x8 bricks, place them in the areas. Grab 3 more 1x8 bricks, place them on the right hand side. Take 3 more 1x8 bricks, place them on the left. Let's do the other side of the roof, the same as the previous, starting with 3 more 1x8 bricks. Place them in the middle. Place 3 more 1x8 bricks on the left, followed by 3 1x8 bricks on the right. For the top, grab two 1x16 bricks, set them on top of the 2x4 bricks where they are on the center. Take two 1x2 bricks, place them on the top, and two on the bottom. This will give added support for the roof slopes. Now let's roof this sucker. Let's start on the end where we have the 2x3 slope. Let's place a 3x4 slope right above the 2x3. And we will proceed to the other end. These two areas are critical. We will have to deal with those in a bit. On the right, let's set down a 2x3 slope. Now on the side where we have the 2x3 slope, let's place down a 3x4 slope. Our cross supports are helping out. This area is a bit critical. This tile may end up falling inside. I'm going to place my hand underneath and give it some support so I can lock down that tile. This one may cave in as well. The risky part is done. Now let's set a 2x3 on this end. Let's place another 3x4 in this corner and support the 2x3 with our fingers. Sometimes they won't line up all the way, so you have to persuade it a bit. So basically we're going back and forth. Working with 3x4 slopes is a bit of a challenge. Another 2x3 slope. We'll set another 3x4 on top of the 2x3. We're almost done with this side of the roof. That one didn't want to go down. Another 2x3. We'll add our last 3x4 row on this side. Sometimes you have to press firm on these slopes. And our last 2x3 for this side. This side is the same as the previous. So let's begin. Starting with this corner. And work back and forth. Take a 2x2 ridge slope, place it on the right hand side, on top of the 3x4 slopes, proceed with 6 2x4 ridge slopes. This will finish off the top. If you don't have the 2x4 slopes, you can finish it off with flat tiles. Let's support these two 2x3 tiles with the finger and set down our last 2x4 slope. We have a nice heavy-duty roof assembly. Now on the bottom we need to attach some 1x2x2 corner plates to keep the roof locked into the garage. So let's start on the top right, drop down 2 studs and set our first. On the top left we're going to go in 2 studs from the top and 2 studs from the left. The same for the bottom. So with the bottom left, come in 2 studs from the left and 2 studs from the bottom. And on the bottom right, 2 studs from the bottom. This completes the roof assembly. Setting the roof on top of the 2-car garage is simple. Note the orientation of the corner plates. It should hook around the walls. Very sturdy. We even have access for the switch. It is a nice self-contained build. Now let's test out the door. Hopefully it still works. Sure does. Now let's close it. Nice indeed. This design can be expanded or integrated into an existing Lego garage or a Lego house. I hope this tutorial helped everyone out. Jay the Surfer seems to like it. Thank you for watching.